Hello. Hi, Catherine. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. We've been so excited. Hi, Amber.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's good to see
It's
you.
good to see you.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
I know, my first one, and I've been on this for like a month.
Well, you're going to school as well, too, right? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I need extra.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for you. That's awesome. Well, hi. Hi, Pandora. Oh, you're on mute. That's weird that everyone else unmute. Okay.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, I'll go ahead and mute everyone and then I'll unmute when we're done. Okay. All righty. Oh, hold on. Here we go. All right, let's start off with common words. Okay, ready? Family, many, worry, roll, parents, what's, under, surprise, water, onto, we're, glance, wall, between, seen, read, window, idea, white, push, feet, must, such, seat, set, please, red, brother, these, whole, lean, part, person, slightly, pass, shook, fact, wrong, gone, far, hit, finger, quite, hate, meet, finish, heart, book, past, kill, reason, anyone, figure, top, world, along, sheed, high, shirt, does, today, young, held, outside. All right. Names and addresses. Here we go. Mr. Liam Waldron, Waldron, 200 Salisbury Avenue, Anaheim, California, 93117. Christy J. Gingrich, Gingrich, 2440 East 51st Street, B7, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74105. Ann Arbor Public Library, 343 South 5th Avenue, Ann Arbor, Michigan, 48104. Deanna G. Black, BLACK, P.O. Box 2848, Orlando, Florida, 32802. Ms. Virginia W. Barrett, BARRETT, 417 Montgomery Street, San Francisco, California, 94104. John Higgin, HIGGIN, Alief Independent School District, P.O. Box 68, Alief, Texas, 77411. Sheila R. Graham, GRAHAM, P.O. Box 883, Trenton, New Jersey, 076. Let me say that again, 08609. Constance L. Hirsch, HIRSCH, 5010 Walther Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21214. Eleanor A. Wiles, Wiles, 230 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York, 10001. All right. Now let's do some Tangle Tamers. Here we go. Construction, landscaping, satisfaction guaranteed, biological background, medically induced, security professionals, reportedly replied, definitely contemporary, congenial benefactor, wall coverings and upholstery, fluorescent orange, overwhelmingly positive, potential employers, speech impediment, construction landscaping, sordid affairs, startling developments, velveteen rabbit, committee president, medically induced, security professionals, spacious grandeur. All right. Moving into our next drill. Now, these are going to be common phrases that you hear. We can't phrase all of them, but just phrase what you can, okay? Here we go. Where were, where will, where would, where you are, where you believed, where you believed, where you can, where you cannot, where you could, where you feel, where you felt, where you had, where you have been, where you have had, where you know, where you recall, where you recalled, where you recollect, where you recollected, where you remember, where you remembered, where you say, where you shall, where you should, where you understand, where you want, where you wanted, where you were, where you will, where you would, whether every, whether he believed, whether he believes, whether he can, whether he cannot, whether he could, whether he ever, whether he feels, whether he felt, whether he had, whether he happened, whether he is, whether he knows, whether he recalled, whether he recalls, whether he recollected, whether he recollects, whether he remembered. All right. Now, I'm going to give you some words. They're going to start with EX, okay? Here we go. Exceed, excess, exact, exam, exit, excite, exhibit, exist, exempt, exhaust, exalt, excel, exaggerate, exasperate, expose, export, expel, explode, exclude, exclaim, experiment, experience, expire, expound, expenditure, expend, expansion, expense, expand, extravagant, extreme, explore, extension, extend, express, execute, excellent, expect, explain. All right, so there's more here, and I'm going to cover those, the rest of those tomorrow. Okay. All right. Now, I've got some sentences here that focus on ordinals. Okay, here we go. On the 3rd day of the 5th month, there was only 1/4 of the 22nd Battalion on duty. Our 10th and 20th reunions were held on the 31st day of the 2nd month. The 6th horse in the 7th race came in 8th in a field of 9. The 23rd order of elks was present on the 11th. It was the 1st day of the 12th month that they had their 43rd anniversary. The 14th person in the 21st row won the 3rd prize. The 50th person was selected as the 33rd recipient for the 2nd time. Only 20 applicants finished in the 5th round. She was the 19th. He was the 53rd. They were in the 41st in line. The birthdays of the 4th month were on the 13th, the 23rd, and the 1st. I only saw the 63rd annual parade held on the 16th. Their first choice proved to be 87th in a group of 2nd-timers. We won on the 5th, the 61st, the 18th, and the 23rd try. Just 25 placed in the 35th percentile. The 25th meeting was held on the 21st of the 2nd month. He succeeded on the 80th take of the 1st day of the 43rd week. The 23rd is on the 5th by the 1st next to the 93rd, near the 18th, by the 32nd, on the 9th, with the 43rd, in the 2nd, at the 13th, in the 53rd, for the 21st, by the 90th, to the 72nd. And the last one, it was on the 9th hole in the 3rd round of the 2nd year after the 12th day in the 8th month by the 43rd person at the 17th event. All right. Let's move into actually one more drill, and then we're going to go into our literary and jury charge. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Find it. All right. So these are going to be sentences with consonant compounds. They're going to emphasize final ND, final RND, final SHG, initial SH. Okay, here we go. Sherry showed us the Shire in the shed. Sharon shared her ideas, but shirked her duties. Sheila should shout out her bid. One shell was found on the shelf. The sheer sheet was used as a shield. She was shocked by the show. The wind fanned the sand. Jake was rotund and round. Sue toned and tanned at the spa. Bob was burned when he turned. He learned to be concerned. The darned cat was adorned. Bart was bashing and smashing the bugs. We were wishing the fishing were better. Anne was rushing before dishing up the food. We were lashing and meshing the parts together. Pat spent the day washing his car and dashing to school. Ted is finishing cashing his checks at the bank. All right. Moving into literary. I know I read this in the lower and high speeds not too long ago, but I haven't read it in the mid speeds. And I think it's great literary practice. So I'm going to read it to you guys. It's this Dr. Seuss story, the Gertrude McFuzz. I read it in low and high speeds. Here we go. I'm going to read this I'll read this at 120, okay? There once was a girl bird named Gertrude McFuzz, and she had the smallest plain tail ever was. One droopy droop feather. That's all that she had. And oh, that one feather made Gertrude so sad. For there was another young bird that she knew, a fancy young birdie named Lola Lee Lou. And instead of one feather behind, she had two. Poor Gertrude, whenever she happened to spy Miss Lola Lee Lou flying by in the sky, she got very jealous. She frowned and she pouted. Then one day she got awfully mad and she shouted, "This just isn't fair. I have one, she has two. I must have a tail, just like Lola Lee Lou." So she flew to her uncle, a doctor named Dake, whose office was high in a tree by the lake. And she cried, "Uncle Doctor, oh, please do you know of some kind of a pill that will make my tail grow?" "Tut, tut," said the doctor. "Such talk, how absurd. Your tail is just right for your kind of a bird." Then Gertrude had tantrums. She raised such a din that finally her uncle, the doctor, gave in, and he told her just where she could find such a pill on a pillberry vine on the top of the hill. "Oh, thank you," chirped Gertrude McFuzz, and she flew right straight to the hill where the pillberry grew. Yes, there was the vine, and as soon as she saw it, she plucked off a berry. She started to gnaw it. It tasted just awful, almost made her sick, but she wanted that tail, so she swallowed it quick. Then she felt something happen. She felt a small twitch, as if she'd been tapped down behind by a switch. And Gertrude looked round and she cheered. It was true. Two feathers, exactly like Lola Lee Lou. Then she got an idea. "Now I know what I'll do. I'll grow a tail better than Lola Lee Lou." These pills that grow feathers are working just fine. So she nibbled another one off of the vine. She felt a new twitch, and then Gertrude yelled, "Wait, Miss Lola has only just 2. I have 3. When Lola Lee Lou sees this beautiful stuff, she'll fall right down flat on her face, sure enough. I'll show her who's pretty. I certainly will. Why, I'll make my tail even prettier still." She snatched at those berries that grew on that vine. She gobbled down 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And she didn't stop eating, young Gertrude McFuzz, till she'd eaten 3 dozen. That's all that there was. Then the feathers popped out with a zang, with a zing. They blossomed like flowers that bloom in the spring, all fit for a queen. What a sight to behold! They sparkled like diamonds and gumdrops and gold, like silk, like spaghetti, like satin, like lace. They burst out like rockets all over the place. They waved in the air and they swished in the breeze. And some were as long as the branches of trees. And still they kept growing. They popped and they popped until long about sundown, when finally they stopped. "And now," giggled Gertrude, "the next thing to do is to fly right straight home and show Lola Lee Lou. And when Lola sees these, why, her face will get red, and she'll let out a scream, and she'll fall right down dead." Then she spread out her wings to take off from the ground, but with all of those feathers, she weighed 90 pounds. She yanked and she pulled, and she let out a squawk, but that bird couldn't fly, couldn't run, couldn't walk. And although that night she was stuck on that hill, and Gertrude McFuzz might be stuck up there still, if her good Uncle Dake hadn't heard the girl yelp, he rushed to her rescue and brought along help. To lift Gertrude up almost broke all their beaks, and to fly her back home, it took almost 2 weeks. And then it took almost another week more to pull out those feathers. My Gertrude was sore. And finally, when all of the pulling was done, Gertrude behind her again had just one. That one little feather she had as a starter. But now that's enough, because now she is smarter. I love that story. All right, let's do some jury charge. All right, just put my little mark here. All right, so this jury charge, let me give you a word list. You're going to hear penalties, menacing, enhancement, foreman, robbery, sequence, potential, let's see, I give you penalty, technically, prosecution, firearm, McKinley, surplusage, offenses, paragraph, factual, intentional, intentionally, counts 5 and 6. That's about it. Okay, so I'm going to start at 120 and I will work my way to 140. Okay, here we go. People versus McKinley. All parties are present. The trial jury is present. The court is going to answer the questions submitted this morning. there was a question in connection with counts 5 and 6 regarding when a principal is armed with a firearm, said arming not being an element of the above offenses. 7.50 refers to an arming. The portion not being an element of the above offenses is surplusage as far as the jury is concerned. It is part of the verdict forms that were submitted, but it was not in the instructions, so you can disregard that portion. It is not a jury issue. In connection with the second question regarding the same counts, 5 and 6, the defendant personally used a firearm within the meaning of Penal Code sections 44332.9 and 44302.8, sections A and B. What is meant by used? If you will look at 7.56, the third paragraph, it will answer your question. It means to display a firearm in a menacing manner, intentionally to fire it, or to intentionally strike or hit a human being with it. Your question number 1 was, what is meant by used? Is covered by that portion. Your second question, is it within the meaning of Penal Code section 44332.9? Is of no concern to the jury. I will tell you that's merely an enhancement. If there was a finding against the defendant on that point, it increases the potential penalty. Penal Code section 44332.8, sections A and B, are pleadings that restrict probation if there was a finding against the defendant on the use of a firearm in certain offenses. So it is not technically a jury question, but only the factual findings within the law. Those are principally pled so as to put a party on notice of the position of the prosecution for additional possible penalties and no probation. Those questions may be returned to the jury, and they will be filed. Mr. Foreman, if you will now turn to the instructions with respect to count 6. Your question was, if we substitute assault with a deadly weapon for robbery in the first paragraph, you actually meant the second paragraph, but we will follow your sequence. How does that change the meaning? All right. Let's do some Q&A. How are we doing on time? Perfect. All right, so I am going to start with the deposition format. Looks like defense is starting. Okay. All right, here we go. This is a dog bite case. I'm going to start at 120 and I'll work my way to 160. Okay, here we go. What is your name? Daniel. What is your last name? Noel. Do you have a middle name? Alex. How old are you? 10. When is your birthday? March 7th. What year were you born? 2008. I mean 07. Are you going to school? Yeah. What school do you go to? Abernathy Elementary School. Could you speak up a little bit louder because the lady has to hear everything you say, okay? Counsel, did we swear him in? I believe we did. Okay, go ahead. Thank you. Are you a Boy Scout? No. Are you a Cub Scout? No. Are you a Boy Scout? No. Do you know what it means to tell the truth? Yeah. Okay. What does that mean to you? Don't lie. Okay. What's the difference between the truth and a lie? Can you tell me that? No. Okay. When you say don't lie, what do you mean by that? To tell the truth. Do you want to be a Boy Scout? No. Do you go to church? No. Sometimes do you? Yeah. Okay. What church do you go to sometimes? I don't know what it's called. Okay. Do you go to a Catholic church sometimes? I don't know. When you go to church, do they talk about telling the truth? I don't know. They talk in Spanish. Okay. Is it Spanish or Latin or Spanish? Do you ever talk with a priest? No. Just you and a priest? No. Just you and the pastor? No. Okay. Where is Abernathy Elementary School? Like in the middle of Abernathy. What state is Abernathy in? Texas. What grade are you in? 5th. What is your teacher's name? Ms. Lutrick. Can you spell that? Do you know how to spell that? It is, I'm not sure. Okay, council, I have the spelling. It is Lutrick. Thank you. Now, last year, were you in 4th grade? Yeah. Where did you go to 4th grade? I went to Mead Valley and at Abernathy Elementary. What valley? Mead Valley. Okay, Mead Valley. What is the name of your teacher at Mead Valley? Your 4th grade teacher. I don't know. You don't remember the name? Okay, and what was the name of your teacher in the 4th grade at Abernathy? Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson, okay. Where did you go to 3rd grade? Mead Valley. Do you remember your 3rd grade teacher's name? No. Since the dog bite thing happened, have you talked with any counselors? No. Have you been to anybody who has talked with you? No. About the dog other than your lawyer and your mom and your dad? No. Do you know what a psychologist is? No. Do you know what a psychiatrist is? No. Have you talked with a teacher about the dog bite? No. Okay. Have you talked with a priest or a pastor or a minister? Nope. Counsel, I think you already asked that question. Okay. Have you talked with anybody about the dog bite besides your lawyer and members of your family? No. And the doctors? Yes. Have you talked to any doctors about the dog bite? Yes. Okay. When did you move to Texas? May. We left here on May 3rd. Of what year? Last year. Of, I think it was 2006. No, 2007. I don't know. Who do you live in Texas with? My mom and my stepdad. What is your stepdad's name? Brad. What is Brad's last name? Do you know? It's Youth. Counsel, Youth. Thank you. Where does your dad live? My dad lives in Ontario. Ontario, California? Yes. Is his name Daniel as well? Yes. Do you know what his address is? 140 Philadelphia Street. Do you know if your dad has a phone number? What his cell number is? No, I don't know his cell phone, and his other phone ain't hooked up. How long have your mom and your stepdad been married? I don't know. Okay. Were they married at the time this dog bite thing happened? No. Who were you living with at the time of the dog bite incident? My mom and my stepdad. Where were you living at the time of the dog bite? In Riverside. Were you living in Riverside or were you living in Paris? Paris. Do you know what street in Paris? No. Yeah, Olson. What time did this happen? July 1st. Was it in the day, the night, the morning? It was at night. Was it dark out? No. Was the sun still up? No, the sun was setting. Okay, was it raining or was it hot? No, it was warm. What were you wearing at the time? My baseball uniform. Had you just come back from a game? No, I came back from practice. What team were you on? I was playing on the All-Stars. That's great. Can you describe the uniform for me? What did it look like? It was white and it said All Stars on the front and it had my name on the back. Did it have Daniel on the back or your last name? Last name, Noel. Was it a white t-shirt? Yeah. Okay, what were you wearing on your legs? Just regular pants. Like blue jeans? Yeah. Like you have on now? Yeah. Whatever happened to those blue jeans? Do you still have them? No. Do you know they don't fit me no more? Do you know what happened to them? No. Do you know if your mom washed them? No. Do you know if she still has them? No. Okay, you don't know then, right? No. All right, were you wearing any shoes? Yeah. What shoes were you wearing? Vans. Did you have your baseball cap on? Yes. What color cap? Blue. Did you have anything in your hands like a bat or a ball or your mitt? I had a baseball bat. Which hand was the baseball bat in? My right. Are you right or left-handed? Right-handed. Where were your brothers when this happened? Right there next to me. Which one was on which side of you? I don't know. Okay, how far away were they? They were like a couple feet away. Did you see, well, how many dogs were involved in this incident? 2. Can you describe them for me? No. Do you know what breed they were? Uh-uh. Do you know what color they were? One was white, and I mean white and brown. Then one was like light brown and had dark brown spots on it. Where were you that evening when this happened? In the driveway. Is the driveway cement? Yeah. Are you able to estimate or guess? Don't guess. Excuse me. Can you tell me how wide the driveway is? No. Can you tell me how long it was? No. Is there a gate that goes across the driveway? No. As I told you, Daniel, anytime you need to take a break for a drink of water, go to the restroom, or anything, stretch, anything, just let us know, okay? Okay. Do you feel comfortable now? Yeah. Okay. Had you ever seen those 2 dogs before the day of the dog bite? Yeah, when they were in the fence. When they what? When they were in the fence. What do you mean when they were in the fence? When they were in the fence at their house where they lived. Down at Mr. Stahl's house? Yeah. Had you ever seen those dogs before they bit you running around in the neighborhood? No. Ever seen them out loose? No. Did you have a dog at the time of the accident? Yeah. Okay, and what kind of dog did you have? An Akita? Were the 2 dogs that attacked you Akitas Just like yours? Yeah. The dogs that attacked you, do you know if they were boy dogs or girl dogs? I don't know. Did the dogs who attacked you have a license on or a collar? No. Did they have tags on? No. What's the name of your Akita? Max. And were the two dogs that bit you bigger or smaller than Max? About the same size. Is Max a boy or a girl dog? A boy. Do you still have Max? No. Where is Max now? Dead. Max passed away. Okay, we'll stop for a minute. Let's go off the record and take a break. Back on the record. David, we can stop anytime you want to, all right? So if you want to stop, you just tell your counsel or me and we will stop, all right? Okay, all right. Now I have to ask you, how did Max die? We had to put him to sleep. Can you please speak up, Max, just a little bit? We had to put him to sleep. When did you put him to sleep? I don't know. Was it before or after you moved to Texas? After. Did he just get old? No, he kept on tearing up the house. How many dogs bit you? One. Just one? Okay. Do you know which one it was? The brown one, the one with brown, light brown, and dark brown on it. So you were bit by the dog that was light brown with dark brown on it? Yeah. Are you sure about that? Yeah. Did you see that dog before it bit you? No. I think he means, did you see it coming or near your property before? Yeah. Go ahead and ask the question again, okay? Yes, I'll rephrase it. That evening, did you see the dog coming towards your house? Yes. Coming towards the driveway? Yes. Was it with the other dog? No. There was just the light brown one with the dark brown spots? Yeah. When you saw it coming, where were you? In the driveway by the fence. What were you doing when you first saw the light brown dog with the dark brown spots coming toward you? I was just leaning up against the fence. Were you playing ball or tag? No. Where was your mom when this happened? In the house. Where was your stepfather when this happened? At work. Where was Chad when this happened? He ran in the house. Did he run in the house when you saw the dog coming? No, he ran in the house when the dog started biting me. Before the dog started biting you, when you first saw the dog coming, he was just standing up against the fence with me. And what about Josh? Where was he when you first saw the dog coming? Standing up against the fence? Were you guys just talking? Yeah. Now, when you first saw the light brown dog with the dark brown spots, how far away was that? About 5 feet. How far is 5 feet? I don't know. Where was the other dog, the one that was white and brown? Do you know where it was? Yeah, it was across the street, across the dirt road, on the other side of the dirt road, barking at the dogs in that fence. Do you know whose dogs those were? No. Were they the neighbor's dogs or were they your dogs? What dogs? Okay, you said the dog with the white and brown, the one across the dirt road, barking at the dogs in the fence, that one. Now, whose fence was that? Do you know? Andrew's. Can you say that again? Andrew. Okay, Andrews? Yeah. Is that the name of a family? No, that's the name of that lady. Okay, so it's Mrs. Andrew. Yeah. So was the white and brown dog barking at Mrs. Andrews' dogs? One of them, yes. the white and brown one was, and the other one was barking at our dogs. Let's just talk about the white and brown one right now. So when you first saw the white and brown dog that evening, it was barking at Mrs. Andrews' dog? Yes. Okay, can you tell me what kind of dog Mrs. Andrew had? No. Okay, I'm going to stop there and switch transcripts. So I got up to 160 there. Okay. So I read all three speeds. All right. All right. This is going to start with court. So it's a court case. I'm going to start this one. I'll start this one at 140 and then work my way to 160. Okay. Here we go. It's another child on the stand. Leah, please raise your right hand. Okay. You may be seated. Please tell me your full name. Leah Darlene Moss. Spell each name slowly, please, and clearly. Leah, Darlene, Darlene, Moss, Moss. Okay, Moss, right? Yes. Okay, thank you. Counsel, Ms. Soren. Thank you. Good morning, Leah. Hi. You are 13 years old, correct? Yes. Do you recall when you used to live with your mother last year? Do you remember making some statements to a few workers regarding some things your mother did? Yes. Do you recall, Leah, your mother ever asking you to pee for her so she could submit it for drug testing? I'm sorry, I can't. Yes. Do you recall how many times she asked you? I don't think so. Do you know when that was? No. Have you ever seen her ask your brother or sisters to pee for her? Yes. How many times have you seen her ask a couple? Have you ever seen your brothers or sisters actually pee for her? Yes. Who? Lamont. How many times did you see Lamont pee for your mom? Like 3 or 4 times. How about Jessie? Yes. How many times? 3 or 4 times. And Keenan? None. When she asked Lamont and Jessie to pee for her, did she explain why she needed their pee? No. Did she explain to you why she needed your pee? No, but I heard about it. What did she say? I heard it like from my aunties. Now, when your mom asked you to pee, where did she ask you to pee when she made that request? What? When she asked you to pee, did she ask you to pee in a specific place or somewhere for her? In a little bottle. Can you describe the bottle? What does it look like? Can you compare it to something? Like when you are at the doctor, that pee thing that they make you pee in, like that. Okay. Now, was this a clear bottle? Clear plastic. Did she have it in her hand when she asked you to pee? Yes. Was anybody else there when she was asking you to do this? Grandma, aunties, and uncles. Do you recall, were you at your house at your mother's house when she asked you to do this? Yes, on Bolton. Now, when you say the relatives were present, the aunties, uncles, grandmothers, were they in the same room? In your opinion, could they all have heard your mother asking you? No, my auntie was probably like in the kitchen. Could you speak more slowly, please? Okay, my auntie was probably in the kitchen cooking. My grandmother was probably in the bedroom. Who else was within earshot and likely heard your mother ask you? Nobody. Okay. What did you tell her after she asked you? I said no. Did you say anything else? No. Okay. Excuse me, did you do it anyway? No, that's why she got mad. Now, Leah, when you were living with your mom, did your mom ever hit you? She tried to, but my grandmother stopped it. I'm sorry, what? She tried to, but what? My grandmother stopped her. How did your mom try? Because I won't do things that she will ask me to do. When you say your mom tried to, did she try with her hands or some object? Hands. Did you ever see your mom hit your siblings? My little brothers and sisters? Yes. What did you see her hit them with? Her house shoe. Her what? House shoe. Like a slipper, you mean? Yes. Who did you see her hit with a slipper? All of them. Can you name them? Keenan, Jesse, and Lamont. What does the slipper look like? It was like a, can you describe the color? Black. Are you sure? Yes. How many times did you see your mom hit Keenan? First of all, Keenan. A couple of times. Now, when you saw her hit Keenan, where did you see her hit him? His behind? Like his butt? Is that a yes? Yes. Did you see Keenan have any kind of reaction after being hit by your mom? Crying. How many times did you see your mom hit Lamont? A couple times when he would do something bad. And where would your mom hit him? On his behind. Did you ever see him respond? He cried. And what about Jesse? His behind. How many times? A couple times. And did you see her also cry? Did she cry each and every time you saw? Yeah. Did Lamont cry each and every time you saw? Yeah. Have you seen your mom hit them with anything else besides the house shoe? A belt. Whose belt, if you know? Probably my grandmother's or somebody's. Do you recall the color of the belt? Brown. Do you recall what the belt was made out of? Was it leather, cloth? Leather. And who did you see your mom hit with the belt? All three of them, Lamont, Jesse, and Keenan. And did you see where she hit them? Their butt. Did you ever see any marks or bruises left on any of your siblings after your mom hit them with any object? They had red skin. Did they cry after? Did you see them cry after they were hit? Yes. With the belt? With a belt? Is that a yes or no? Yes. All of them? Yes. All of the time? Yes. Thank you. Continue, counsel. Leah, when you were living at home last year with your mother before you went to live with your aunt, did you ever see your mom using drugs? Objection relevance. Mrs. Soren. Your Honor, there's a statement by the mother that she hasn't used in the last 3 years. She's been clean and sober, so I need to clarify that. Overruled. Leah, you can answer. Answer what? Yes, go ahead, you can answer. Do you remember the question? If not, we can re-ask it. Yes, I remember it. I probably, like if I wanted something from her, I probably went in the room and saw her before. Do you recall when that was approximately the last time you saw her? No. Would it be fair to say that it was close to the time that you went to live with your aunt? Or objection, Your Honor, that is leading. Sustained. All right, so let's do 1 page read back. If you don't want to read back, you don't have to. You can always just say skip. What I do is I'm going to read this once at 160 and then again at 140 and then again at 120, okay? You can read back any one you want. It's the same selection all 3 times, okay? All right, let me give you a word list. You're going to hear ramp, strike, normal, available, average, and estimate. Again, if you're having an off day, just say pass, but you could still look at your notes and just kind of see how you do for your own sake. Okay. All right, this is going to be plaintiff again. Okay, so the first time will be at 160. Then I'll go down to 140 and then 120. Okay, here we go. Just Q&A, that's it. How many bags does the cart hold? They can hold any number of bags. I've seen bags in a cart with 150 bags on it. 150 bags on the cart? That's not normal. You asked me what was normal. For a normal full load of 100 bags, you would get that on 1 cart? I would prefer to see it on 2. How much time does it take to go from 1 cart to the next? You should have both carts readily available, and it's a matter of putting one out of the way. Does that take no time at all? Sure, it takes time. How much time? 1 minute? 30 seconds, a minute at the most. That would increase it to 25 bags per minute for those 2 men, or cut it down to almost 2 seconds per bag. Well, from the time it takes to unload, how well is the bag treated? That depends on the individuals. Does it matter to you whether the bags are treated well or not? Certainly. Would you allow a man who doesn't have a record of breaking bags more time than you would a man who does? Would you repeat the question, please? Do you mean, are there differences between the speed and the ability of various men on the ramp? All right, now let's do this again at 140. Here we go. How many bags does the cart hold? They can hold any number of bags. I've seen bags in a cart with 150 bags on it. 150 bags on the cart? That's not normal. You asked me what was normal. For a normal full load of 100 bags, you would get that on 1 cart. I would prefer to see it on 2. How much time does it take to go from 1 cart to the next? You should have both carts readily available, and it's a matter of putting one out of the way. Does that take no time at all? Sure, it takes time. How much time? 1 minute? 30 seconds, a minute at the most. That would increase it to 25 bags per minute for those 2 men, or cut it down to almost 2 seconds per bag. Well, from the time it takes to unload, how well is the bag treated? That depends on the individuals. Does it matter to you whether the bags are treated well or not? Certainly. Would you allow a man who doesn't have a record of breaking bags more time than you would a man who does? Would you repeat the question, please? Do you mean, are there differences between the speed and the ability of various men on the ramp? All right, last time at 120. Here we go. How many bags does the cart hold? They can hold any number of bags. I've seen bags in a cart with 150 bags on it. 150 bags on the cart? That's not normal. You asked me what was normal. For a normal full load of 100 bags, you would get that on 1 cart? I would prefer to see it on 2. How much time does it take to go from one cart to the next? You should have both carts readily available, and it's a matter of putting one out of the way. Does that take no time at all? Sure, it takes time. How much time? 1 minute? 30 seconds, a minute at the most. That would increase it to 25 bags per minute for those 2 men, or cut it down to almost 2 seconds per bag. Well, from the time it takes to unload, how well is the bag treated? That depends on the individuals. Does it matter to you whether the bags are treated well or not? Certainly. Would you allow a man who doesn't have a record of breaking bags more time than you would a man who does? Would you repeat the question, please? Do you mean, are there differences between the speed and the ability of various men on the ramp? All right. How was that?
I got a little bit of a cutout a couple times, so I
You
dropped.
did? That's okay. No worries. No worries. So if you want, you can still try to read back. Like what we usually do is just a Q&A, or you can just skip it and follow along, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Okay. All
You
right.
want me to start?
Sure. You want to start? Okay.
Okay. Plaintiff question. How many bags does the cart hold? Answer, they can hold any number of bags. Period. I've seen bags in a cart with 150 on it.
Good. Do you have 150 bags?
Yeah, 150
Okay.
bags on it.
Awesome. Awesome. And then
Question.
oh, you want to take that? I was going to take this one because it's shorter. You can do the next one because it's longer.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take this one. 150 bags on the cart. Answer, that's not normal. You asked me what was normal.
Question. For a normal full load of 100 bags, you would get that on one cart. Answer, I would prefer to see it on 2.
Awesome.
I have question. How much time does the
Do you have does it?
does it take from one cart to the next?
Okay, yep. So the only thing you're missing is to go. That's
Okay.
To go from one cart to the next. Perfect.
Okay. Answer, you should have both carts readily available. And then I think I dropped because I have out of the way, and I know you said something about matter of moving it out of the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you didn't drop that much. So, and it's a matter of putting one out of the way.
Okay.
Yep. Perfect. Question, does that take no time at all? Answer, sure, it takes time.
Question. How much time? 1 minute. Answer, 30 seconds, a minute at the most.
Perfect.
Question, that would increase it to 25 bags per, is it minute?
Yep.
For those 2 men,
Yep.
or cut it down to almost 2 seconds per bag. Answer, well, comma, from the time it takes to unload.
Good. And then it gets cut off. Awesome.
Yeah.
Question, how well is the bag treated? Answer, that depends on the individuals.
Question. Does it matter to you whether the bags are treated well or not? Answer, certainly.
Good. Certainly. Do you guys write that as SERNL?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Question, would you allow a man of record of breaking bags?
That's okay. So would you allow a man who doesn't have a record?
Of breaking bags. I dropped a bunch because then I have a man who does.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, you didn't drop that much. So just more time than you would a man who does. So just
And then answer, would you repeat that question? Period. Do you
so just please. Would you repeat that question, please?
Oh, please.
It's okay, no worries. Keep going.
Is it, do you mean
Yep.
there?
So are there?
Oh, are there? I do have are there.
Good.
Are there
Very good.
differences between the speed of, I have no idea what I have.
That's okay. So the speed and the ability of you have various men on the ramp. That's okay. No worries.
I have on the ramp.
Good. Very good. No worries. That's just 2 words, various men. So good job, you guys. That's a weird one. I read that in the higher speeds. I don't know if you remember that, Catherine, but
I did remember it.
Yeah, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, you know? It's like, what are they talking about? I have no idea. But the whole time I'm thinking of I Love Lucy when the candy's going by on that belt.
Oh,
yeah, it's going too fast, so she starts eating it. So I don't know. The whole time I'm envisioning that, but who knows what it's talking about, you know?
Yeah.
Well, Amber, I'm so glad that you got to join us.
I know. I'm going to try to do your 2 lives at night since I'm in class when you do your morning ones, just because I'm more unfamiliar practice. My school doesn't give a lot of it. And so I've fallen out of that habit. And then like homework stuff, you anticipate what they're going to say and then it throws you and they don't say what you think and it's just awful.
Okay. Yes, please do.
Yeah.
So what, you're going to try to come on Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights?
Is it Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Well, I'm only in the 130, 140 class. They chop their classes by 10s.
Okay.
So 110, 120 is very smooth for me. It's the 130, 140. And I think it's because my instructor, she's not that good.
Okay. Okay. Well, so I'll tell you the class time. So Monday morning is the 60 through 100. Monday night. No, wait, no.
I think I have it because Robert, when I was talking to him about it, he sent me everything.
Okay, good.
I want to sit in on your the 100 or the 60 to 100 just to clean up my notes.
Okay. So that would be Monday.
Theory.
I don't know if you have class, but Monday morning is the lower speeds. Tuesday morning's lower speeds. And then Tuesday night is mid speeds.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday morning is mid speeds. Wednesday night is higher speeds. But you can always just get what you can if you come Wednesday night.
I do have class in the mornings. I have class Monday through Friday now.
Okay.
So I have here Monday night from 5 to 6 is your low speeds.
That got changed because we've got theory now on Monday nights.
Oh, okay.
So now it's Monday morning. Lower speeds is Monday morning.
Okay.
From 9 to 10.
Oh, okay.
And then Tuesday morning is also lower speeds, 9 to 10. And then Tuesday evenings, mid speeds, 120 to 160. Wednesday morning is mid speeds, 120 to 1.
Yeah, I'm in class. That's my trail class. And then there's no way I'll survive your 180, 125 or 225.
And for now, but you can always watch the recorded. Like even if you can't make, the Monday morning, Tuesday morning lower speeds, if you want to try, he posts them as soon as I download them,
Okay, perfect. I'm going to start doing a lot of that for the unfamiliar stuff. They don't even call it unfamiliar at that school. They're like, we have to call it work folder.
Wow.
It's so bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I'm thankful for a brick and mortar school. That helps.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. If you need that brick and mortar, at least you've got it, you know?
Yeah, totally. So and then I have this, so
Yes,
hopefully it'll
that's
help
right.
push me over.
That's right. That's right. Yep, it can be done, you know? So just use this then as your extra to speed up the process,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
I'm hoping.
Catherine here just passed her first leg of the RPR.
Oh my gosh, that's
I know.
awesome.
She was an online student at Sage.
Oh, so you went through it too, so you understand.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I go to South Coast College now, and it's rough. It's a huge change, and there's like maybe 2 instructors that are like amazing, and one's my trail. I can get anything she gives, and my official is just rough. She either starts out really fast and then slows down, or she starts out really slow and realizes she's not on her marker and she speeds up.
Does she have a stopwatch?
Yeah, but I honestly don't think she even looks at it. Like, I feel like she only picks it up when she realizes she's not on her mark. And she fidgets a lot. Like, I know that's stuff we have to get used to, but not when you're taking a test.
Mm-mm.
I mean, Chelsea has her too for a 200, which she just passed her final 200. So she's getting her hours and all that stuff in her transcript so that she can sit in qualifying. But
Oh my goodness.
it's so rough.
Well, Catherine is, she lives on the East Coast.
Ooh, it's late there for you.
Almost East Coast. I'm in Tennessee.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost.
Not quite. I'm Central Time, so it's only 2 hours
That's
here in
right.
Nashville.
I would think Tennessee is like, all, you know, it's almost there. What is it? Like a state
It's
over.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But she's
Not Knoxville is Eastern Time. So like the right half of the state.
That's interesting.
Split. Yeah, but
right
Nashville is Central.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you have 2 more parts of the RPR, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm saving the literary for last because I feel confident about it. I mean, I feel confident that I could pass it, but I'm going to save it for the third one.
So does your state require the RPR or the CSR? Oh, the RPR. Okay.
Yeah. Tennessee doesn't have its own state exam, so the RPR is what they require to get your license. So
yeah.
But I'll be coming out to California to take this California exam after I get my RPR. So
Oh, awesome. And then the CSR should be a breeze for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't even know the structure of it until like a couple weeks ago. I was talking to my aunt, and I always thought it was similar to the way the RPR is structured. And she's like, no, it's like 13 or 14 minutes of
Straight
like mock trial, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I had no idea. I never asked because I've always been just like going for my Tennessee stuff. And
yeah.
So that's its own, set
Yeah, it's
of
only a 2-part. It's an academic and then your machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, it's more about endurance, and staying in the game for that long. That's a long time when you're stressed,
Yeah. This school that I go to, a couple of the teachers pride themselves in drilling us before a test. And it's really weird. We get unfamiliar, they call them unfamiliar tests, once a week. And then we get our homework test. We get lit on Wednesday, QA on Thursdays, and our classes are an hour and a half long, and they will drill us the entire hour and a half, which I get it. It's good practice, but it's very tiring. By the time we get to the test at the end of the class, you're like, oh, it's rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it's good for the most part. I mean, we do a lot of read back, so that helps, reading our notes, but
yeah. Get your endurance going. Yeah, I think there's pros and cons to both tests. It's funny, it depends on who you talk to, but there are pros and cons. Like the RPR is at 225, but it's only 5 minutes, where the state test is 200, but it's 12 minutes with a 10 or a 2-minute lead in. So really 10 minutes of it you're transcribing, but it's at 200. Then there's 4 voices as opposed to 2 and the RPR. So, and then the RPR is 95% accuracy, but the state test is 97.5. So there's definitely like pros and cons to both,
Yeah.
But then the RPR, I like how you can take the RPR in the comfort of your own home, you don't
Yeah. Bill, is it Bill Sullivan? Is that his name?
Yeah. Bob,
thank you. Yeah. He came and spoke and he said it's supposed to be read about 200, but they read it about 180.
They do. Yeah, they do.
So you being prepared for 225, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the school I go to over prepares you. A couple of the girls said that it almost is a detriment to them because when they first took it, they were waiting to be like blown out of the water and it jacked them up because
that happened to me.
It happened to you? Yeah.
Yes. I wanted to use my brief for I don't know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so slow. And in my mind, I'm like, do I write it out? Do I write my brief for it? Like, it really, I don't know, it just threw me off. So I do tell everybody that same thing. Like, don't be surprised if it's a lot slower. There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, and he said like right now, because we get 4 voice starting at 150. So we get low 4 voice and high 4 voice. And he said that, in school, your instructors will try to make up for the previous reader. Like if they went too fast or too slow, he goes, they won't do that at the CSR. Yeah. They keep it pretty consistent.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It is. That's the one nice thing about it.
Yeah. The consistency.
So much slower.
I miss consistency with the instructors, but I only had one instructor I struggled with at Sage, but
yeah.
Here.
Just come in as much as you can, and even if you can't come to the live class, watch the recorded because you're still getting your practice in,
Mm-hmm.
So
and I'm trying to separate out the theories because I had to start over.
Yeah,
and I've noticed that my Sage theory sticks, but also some of their theory sticks. So I'm having to modify my dictionary so much.
Oh, I bet that's got to be rough.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can two, so you're thinking about 2 different theories.
Usually I just kind of write what comes to mind and then figure it out later.
Put both of them in your dictionary.
I do. I either correct it because I know what I'm going to stroke out, or I'll create a conflict. But my school's like anti-conflict. They want real-time writing. They flag everything and everything's written out.
Wow.
Well, there's some stuff they'll write out in 6 strokes. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. Just do what you can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, you guys. Well, you have a wonderful evening. I'm so glad that you're here, Amber, and I hope you start coming every Tuesday night.
I will, for sure. Okay. I have, you probably hear her walking around the background. She's been riding me. She's like, you need to get on there.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for you. Tell her to keep doing that.
Yeah, she rides me pretty
good.
Yeah.
Then, so this week I had, I had lower speeds this morning, so you could go on now and watch it if you wanted to.
Okay.
And same with yesterday morning, so it's probably already posted.
I saw some stuff on there because this is like my first time logging in and seeing classes, so I saw the stuff loaded. So I'll just go and play around with it, and I'm hooked up, so everything's loaded. And I'm gonna go back through and look through my notes and global my miss strokes and my slop strokes.
Good, very good. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you guys have a great night, and then Catherine, hopefully I get to see you tomorrow.
I will be in the evening class, but okay. I won't be in the morning class.
Are you going to sit out tomorrow?
No, I do Meals on Wheels every other Wednesday. So that's awesome. My route is at the same time, so.
Okay. But no worries.
I'm meeting, the evening class is the high speed class. Yeah. Right.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be there. I mean, maybe you can do some really fast dictation.
Yes.
Give her some 240.
Yes.
No, seriously, you should come to the fast class, Amber.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm scared. This was kind of rough for me.
There's nothing to be scared of. And then when you go back and listen to your normal speed, it's going to sound so slow.
That is so
180, true. I'm struggling at 140.
No, I used to listen to 225 and it would give me heart palpitations. It's like, but why not? I mean,
I might sit in and listen and do at least get my sign changes in, but don't call on me to read back.
No, I won't. That's the thing. You just say, nope, I want to pass. And I won't bug you on it. I promise. Yeah. Or you can
I'll be like, question, answer, question,
Yeah.
answer. There you go.
I got the Q's and the A's.
I got the Q's. At least get the attorneys right. I know.
Yeah, when it's time for readback, if you don't want to do it, just, you can participate and then just leave after, just say, I don't want to.
Bye.
That's what Pandora did to us.
I saw her, but I thought because I moved the computer because my girlfriend came home, and where I was facing, you'd see her walk in. Where I set my desk up in our bedroom.
Yeah.
And so I was like, ooh, hopefully you don't unmute us and you hear my dog barking because she's excited. Welcome us home.
Everybody. Yeah. Oh, she got frozen.
Yeah. And then I was like, so I moved and I was like, and then right after that, but yeah.
Oh, no, I had everybody on mute. We didn't hear a thing. So
okay, good. Because
yeah.
she was going crazy.
Yeah, no. I didn't hear anything. So, all right, you guys, well, you have a great night. And it's so good to see you. All right. I'll see you tomorrow, Catherine.
Bye.
Bye, Catherine.
Bye.
Bye.